ECDP is an organisation run by and for disabled people. We provide a number of support services so that people can live their day-to-day lives.
We provide the representative voice of disabled people in Essex by listening to disabled people and then being able to articulate their views.
We try and make the environment better for people in the future across a whole range of issues around transport, housing, education.
We provide information, advice and guidance on direct payments, or as they're now called, personal budgets. What we are trying to get to is disabled people having more choice and control. And one of the ways of doing that is to be centrally involved in the planning of support that they actually need and want.
They told me about the support budget that you can get, which will help pay for someone to help me with my day-to-day. Telling me that instead of actually using an agency, I could actually use my friends as my carers, which I didn't know could happen.
It makes people realise that they're not on their own, that they've actually got support with people that really do know how to support them properly.
I have one of those care packages, which has been one of the most successful things in my life. I can give my own outlook on it really, and my empathy, because I've been there and I've dealt with it myself.
It's been really good, especially for families who have been caring for someone with a learning disability. And they've always thought their only option when their son or daughter leaves school is to go into residential care. And then during support planning, they realise actually their son or daughter have other options, and they know that they can go out and live an independent life in an inclusive society.
The response from service users has been really positive.
I feel more comfortable with somebody that's in the same situation than I would talking to someone that hasn't been in the same situation. I feel more relaxed and not worried about what can happen down the road.
It's something that I'm very grateful for, because I don't feel as though I'm alone, and I don't feel I have to justify myself at all with them, which is something that you often get from government bodies.
My role falls within the Insight team, collecting the voice and the experience of our members and making sure that underpins all the work that we do. Using lived experience, we look at what kind of services people are asking us for. One of our big departments is PASS. Every day, the people who work within PASS speak to members and hear their lived experience. So part of my role has been to ensure that whereas previously it might just be a listening ear, that's going in and being used to improve not only our services but also to look at things more widely.
That lived experience is what we're trying to use to try and influence the people that are making decisions. We've already looked at disability hate crime, and so often people know that they need to do something about it. The police know that there's an issue, but no one's quite sure what they need to do. So what we're trying to say is, well, let's listen to what people's experiences are and do something about it. There are some skills and experiences that disabled people have which they can use in the world of work. If you've got a team of personal assistants, if you've got a team of carers, you have to manage them, which are the kind of skills that you need as a manager.
Disabled people need to maximise their leadership potential, and if you can do that, disability issues can come into the forefront of not just disabled people's organisations, but disabled people getting into senior management positions in housing, transport, leisure, education, which will change the culture of how people perceive disability.
It was fantastic for us when Mike won the Disabled Person of the Year award. It was recognition, I think, of the leadership that he's given in relatively tough times here at ECDP.
I think it was to recognise the work that ECDP had done in terms of new developments like lived experience officer, like developing a support planning service.
Very dynamic, a very nice person.
The fact we're led by Disabled Person of the Year says a lot about the kind of people that are part of our organisation, but also who we are actually working for. So I think it's fantastic.
We do have organisational priorities. One is to increase the involvement of people recovering from cancer, people with HIV/AIDS, people with diabetes, long-term health conditions.
We know that we've got a really good reputation at a national level, but ironically, we don't think we're known as well as we could be within Essex. So we want to know how we're going to work together with other organisations to make sure that we can make a difference for all of those people.
We want to, I guess, thrive in an environment where a lot of organisations are simply trying to survive. I'm not interested in doing politics with a big P. What I am interested in is making sure that in a year's time our members can come back and say, actually you had a real effect on my everyday life.